Nice, doesn't it? 67 Jasper, 67 Hamilton, Gadsden at 64. Here's a look at the hour-by-hour forecast and our temperature trend. Temperatures quickly get out of the 70s back into the mid to upper 80s by 10 o'clock this morning. By noon, 92, 2 o'clock, 94. Again, our average high, 87 for this time of year. To track the weather in the palm of your hand, it's easy to do. Download our CBS42 Storm Track weather app. Hour-by-hour forecast, weather alerts, live interactive radar. You can find it where? In the App Store or Google Play Store. I'll have more on the forecast in just a few minutes. Alex?
Thank you, Michael. This morning, the verdict is in and the House Speaker is out. A Lee County jury convicted Mike Hubbard in a felony ethics case. Now he's out of office. CBS 42 News reporter Mike McClanahan is in Opelika with a look at what's next for Hubbard.
Guilty verdicts on 12 of the 23 felony ethics counts mean Mike Hubbard is automatically stripped of his title as Speaker and his seat in the Alabama House of Representatives, according to a House spokesperson. Hubbard is now awaiting sentencing on the counts, which could carry up to 20 years each. He was booked into the Lee County Detention Center Friday night on bonds totaling $160,000, according to defense attorney David McKnight.
Mike Hubbard is a good man. We're very disappointed in the outcome. I feel like I let my client down. We think we'll ultimately prevail on appeal.
After dealing with a number of allegations themselves related to the case, prosecutors say they feel vindicated. Acting Attorney General Van Davis says the conviction of the high-ranking Republican legislator sends a message.
We hope that this verdict tonight will restore some of the confidence in the people of the state of Alabama, that public officials at all levels in the state of Alabama will be held accountable for their actions.
We were told that Hubbard would bond out the same night, and there was a dramatic exit involving a Corvette which pulled up on the grass behind the jail while we were waiting for Hubbard's release, then sped away down an alley before anyone could see who was inside. Defense attorneys say the sentencing date has been set for July 8th. In Opelika, Mike McClanahan, CBS 42 News.
And Alabama lawmakers are already reacting to this news. Governor Robert Bentley didn't offer a statement yet, but acting Speaker of the House Victor Gaston quickly issued this, saying in part, the Alabama House is not defined by the actions of any one member. It is defined by the motto that appears on the wall of our chamber, Vox Populi, which means voice of the people. House Minority Leader Craig Ford called the verdict a, quote, dark day for Alabama, saying Hubbard led Republicans to a supermajority on a platform of cleaning up corruption, but he instead embraced corruption. Ford says they have forgotten they are supposed to serve the people and not the other way around. An Attorney General, Luther Strange, issued this statement saying, quote, this is a good day for the rule of law in our state. This kind of result would never have been achieved had our office not put together the finest public corruption unit in the country. Strange says it should send a clear message that public officials will be held accountable for their actions. Now, happening today, the Attorney General will be in our area, and as a matter of fact, Attorney General Strange is speaking at the Mid-Alabama Republican Club in just a few hours. He'll be at the Vestavia Hills Library at 9 a.m. We'll have live coverage of that event. You can stream it online on our website, WIAT.com. Also, you can find all of our coverage on the Mike Hubbard trial. Just search Mike Hubbard for the latest updates. Breaking overnight, former The Voice singer Christina Grimmie has died after being shot in Orlando. Some really sad news here. The shooting happened at the Plaza Live where she was scheduled to perform. Her publicist made the announcement around 2 a.m. this morning. Grimmie's brother, we're told, tackled that shooter and took him down. The shooter then shot himself. At this time, police have not released that suspect's name. Right now, Fairfield city workers have their paychecks after issues arose with available funds. City Council member Gloria Matthews tells CBS 42 that the checks went out without incident yesterday. Council members already voted to move money from restricted accounts into the payroll account. Mayor Coachman says there's a plan in place to replace the money taken from that account. New developments this morning in the death of a Birmingham teenager. Birmingham police have arrested another person they believe killed this young man. 19-year-old Carlos McCain, who you see right there on your screen, faces several charges, including murder, attempted murder, and assault. He's in the Jefferson County Jail this morning. Police arrested 22-year-old Ian Tinsley on those same charges on Tuesday. Police believe both men are involved in 15-year-old Kelvin Julius's death. Police say Julius was waiting for a friend in downtown Birmingham when a group of men started shooting. He and another girl were both hit. She was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. New this morning, Dallas police have released new video of a fight they believe led to a shooting at Dallas Love Field Airport. We want to warn you, this video that you're about to see, it may be disturbing to some viewers. Now, as you can see, take a very close look here at this video. 29-year-old Sean Diamond, he gets out of the car with a woman. They start taking stuff out, and Diamond starts hitting the car with a construction cone. You see it right there. You also see the woman, she tries to stop him, but he starts throwing rocks at the car. Now, in this other video that we're showing you here, you can see that when officers try to help, Diamond starts attacking with rocks in hand. That officer started shooting at Diamond, and right now we know that Diamond is in the hospital. Now, during the incident, every passenger had to be rescreened, and of course that caused major backups and long lines. Tomorrow, graduating seniors at Stanford University plan to protest. This all comes after a judge granted former student Brock Turner a 6-month prison sentence for sexually assaulting a woman on campus. Now, the ruling has created nationwide outrage and controversy. We've learned that according to online records, Brock is not expected to serve that entire sentence. He's likely to be released after only 4 months. Now, related to that ruling, yesterday, activists delivered boxes of petitions to demand California Judge Aaron Persky be removed. The women's advocacy group Ultraviolet said it took nearly 1 million signatures to the California Commission on Judicial Performance. Well, your time right now is 6:07. A rock climber is safe this morning after a really scary fall. After the break, where rescue crews found him during a regular climb in Pennsylvania.
Are you off to the airport this morning? Let's check in with the conditions at Birmingham Shuttlesworth International Airport. 71 right now, green to go. Maybe you're off to Vegas, cloudy and 74. What about Miami? Mostly cloudy and 77. I've got to check on the heat wave right here at home after this.
You're watching the CBS42 Morning News.
Good Saturday morning to you, Central Alabama. A live look outside. Clouds overhead, breaks in the clouds, a beautiful sunrise. Did you see it? It was nice, right? Temperatures not too bad right now, 71 degrees. When calm, dew point 62, feels like 71. That feels like temperature will be increasing in tandem with the actual air temperature later on this afternoon. So the heat and humidity, they're both back today. A mix of sun and clouds as we head through the morning and afternoon. A stray thunderstorm as we round out the weekend tomorrow. Right now, good morning to you, Coleman. A very pleasant 62 on the thermometer, 67 Jasper, 67 Hamilton, Tuscaloosa, T-Town, 69, 70. Good morning to you in Clanton. Storm track radar at 6:10 on this Saturday morning. The sweep comes back clean. Okay, the heat, it is on, I tell you. 91 by 11 o'clock this morning. Our average high is 87 for this time of year. So we're going to surpass that. Just like we did yesterday, made it up to 93. I have no reason to doubt we'll make it to at least 93 or 94 again this afternoon. If you want to track the weather anytime, anywhere, even when you're on vacation like I was this past week in Miami, you can get the forecast for any city across the globe, interactive radar and weather alerts. All right, I want to show you some video of a man who is safe after being rescued in Pennsylvania. Crews were called to save the rock climber after he fell and became trapped in High Rocks Park on Friday. People really aren't sure what caused him to fall, but they say he got trapped at the bottom of the rocks. Rescuers were able to hoist him to safety. He was rushed to the hospital soon thereafter.
What a scary scene there. I'm glad he's okay.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Well, happening today, if you're in search for a new furry family member, the Greater Birmingham Humane Society has a deal for you. This is absolutely adorable. GBHS wants you to stop by today and adopt a dog or cat. And you're probably asking why. Well, it's all part of a nationwide, just one-day event. As part of the event, the Greater Birmingham Humane Society will lower adoption fees for both dogs and cats to just $11. The Humane Society is open from 9 this morning till 5 this afternoon. Well, also happening today, lace up those running shoes, everyone, because it's time for the American Heart Association's annual Heart Walk. The Heart Walk starts this morning at 8:30, but festivities kick off at 8. It helps raise money for the American Heart Association and awareness on the impact of heart disease in the community. The walk is being held in the Uptown District at 2221 Richard Arrington Jr. Boulevard North in Birmingham. Well, your time right now is 6:13. Another lawsuit is aimed at higher ups, and it's at Uber. Next, why former drivers say they're looking for 2 months worth of back pay. You're watching the CBS 42 Morning News. We'll be right back after the break.
You're watching the CBS 42 Morning News.
Welcome back. New this morning, former Lyft and Uber drivers in Austin, Texas are suing the rideshare companies. They say they were blindsided after Uber and Lyft decided to suddenly cancel their services in the city. Now, drivers say they should have gotten at least a 60-day notice. They're now asking for 60 days back pay and benefits as a result of this. Now, Uber and Lyft stopped services on May 9th, 3 days after announcing the decision. More than 10,000 drivers were working in Austin at the time. Well, new this morning, wages are going up. Unemployment is at its lowest since 2007, but 31% of Americans are still struggling to get by. A new survey by the Federal Reserve Bank revealed the numbers, but it's also an improvement. The Feds found 38% of Americans were in weak financial shape in 2013. Right now, the Birmingham Zoo is celebrating a brand new arrival. Take a look at this video right here. How cute. It's a baby little dinosaur right there. This baby isn't real, of course. Now it's part of the zoo's Dino Discovery exhibit. The dino's mom laid an egg in April, and zoo visitors and the guests actually on social media were able to see it when it hatched. Now the winner received a zoo membership and dinosaur fossils. And let me tell you something, Michael, okay?
Tell me.
I was there last week and saw their whole new dinosaur exhibit. It is absolutely fascinating. Everything looks so real. I mean, obviously we know that they're not real, but
we got to put that
pretty
on Michael exploring Central
Exploring
Alabama
Birmingham.
list.
Yes, that's one thing we got to do. But also, you know what, speaking of the exhibit though, this is a perfect weekend for that because it seems as though the weather's going to be nice.
The weather's going to be nice. It's just going to be hot. So whatever you've got planned outdoors, lightweight, light color clothing, hydrate, lots of water. 71 right now, Birmingham Shuttleworth International Airport. Reporting a very calm wind, so not a wind to cool us off. And the breeze that picks up this afternoon is going to be a hot one. Feels like 71. You just wait. That feels like temperature and the actual air temperature both will soar as we head into the afternoon. So the heat and the humidity, I might add, are back today. Yesterday got up to 93. I think we're going to easily top that or exceed it. Average high 87, a stray storm as we get into Sunday afternoon. Right now on our storm track radar, nice and quiet across central Alabama. I want to show you the big picture, take you across parts of the desert southwest. Monsoonal moisture working its way in here, and some of this moisture will eventually get into parts of the deep south. A cold front way to our north across the upper Midwest. Milwaukee showers and storms have kind of faded away as that front just kind of hangs out. So here's the big dominating weather feature for us. This area of high pressure, a lot of sinking air. The air as it sinks, it compresses. Compressing air warms up. So temperatures are going to be very hot later this afternoon, just like yesterday. 71 in Birmingham along with Charlotte, 66, our nation's capital, 71 Buffalo, New York, 72 in Chicago. So it's warmer in Chicago and the same temperature in Buffalo as it is in Birmingham. Look at Omaha at 77 and Minneapolis at 70. All right, good morning to you, Coleman. Cool spot this morning, 62, that feels nice, 67 in Hamilton and Jasper, Tuscaloosa 69, Clanton at 70. So as we head through the morning into the afternoon, a mix of clouds and sunshine. Either way you slice it, the heat and the humidity are going to stick around. Getting into the lower 90s by 11 o'clock this morning, by noon 92, 1 o'clock forecasting 93 and going up to 94, so 3 or 4 o'clock this afternoon. Storm track, futurecast, clouds, radar, and temperatures. The light gray indicates a few clouds from time to time. The brighter the white, more clouds. So some places will see passing clouds. I call it a sun-cloud mix. And temperatures get into the low mid-90s this afternoon. As we get into the evening, temperatures are going to be very slow to cool down. Middle 70s, low to mid-70s first thing tomorrow morning. All right. As we get into Sunday, temperatures still above normal. That storm chance goes up to 30%. A better chance of showers and storms, I think, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and even possibly Friday of next week. And with increased clouds, we should get our temperatures back down just a tad into the upper 80s.
All right, looking good, that weekend forecast. Well, your time right now is 6:21. Do you know how to take your measurements at home? Do you know, Michael?
I guess I'm going to find out.
Exactly. Next, Mim Gaines shows us just how and lets us know the places where you should watch out for some fat. Can't wait for this story. We'll be right back after the break.
Going like that, okay?
You're watching the CBS 42 Morning News.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, your time right now, it is 6:24. Now, when you hear the word fat, it's usually not a great reaction, right? Oh, no, no, no. But did you know we actually do need it on our bodies? Man, this is all news to me. So you're probably wondering why it's so healthy, right, to have some of this fat on your body. And joining me now is Mim Gaines from Stanford University to answer all those questions. So first, Mim, my question is this. Why? Why is it so healthy to have fat on our bodies, right?
Well,
most people want to get rid of it.
Right.
You know?
You really do need some. It's our insulation.
Yeah.
If you think about a person who doesn't have enough fat, their bones, you can actually see their
Right.
bones and they rub through, and if they fall, they hurt themselves or their bones are not protected.
Very true.
Even when you're running, you need a little bit of fat so that your organs aren't just running all over everywhere with your body.
Absolutely. So let's first look, because I want to bring on Michael Smith in just 1 second. But before we do that, let's look at this right here.
Well, this is a plastic model, but it's like 5 pounds of fat.
Yes.
So if you actually hold it,
Okay.
you can see how heavy
Oh,
that
my
5
goodness.
pounds is. And when you're looking at it, you can see how bumpily it is.
Yes.
And that's why your clothes don't look nice, because that's how it actually looks in your body.
Okay.
If you look very closely at the model, you can see little red places. And these are places where the blood vessels are actually trying to make it through the fat, but they don't get to your cells
Gotcha.
the blood disperses, and so you actually don't get those nutrients. So you might be obese but malnourished.
Gotcha. So Michael Smith, of course, as all of you know, our meteorologist here, he's going to come on. Come on, Michael. Let's take those measurements.
Okay.
He's a braver person than I am.
The important thing to remember is that where the fat is important. We don't want the apple shape. We used to call it a beer belly. We don't want the apple shape. The pear shape is better health-wise.
Okay.
So if you're looking at that apple shape, it's in this gut region that we call. And a guy doesn't want his stomach area to be bigger than 40 inches, and we women don't want it bigger than 35 inches. So I'm going to ask you to bend one way, left or right, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
And the reason I'm asking him is to bend is so that I can actually find that crease mark right there.
Okay.
Because several of us have different creases,
Yes.
right?
Oh,
so
yes.
we'll take the crease, I'll put the
I don't have too many, do I?
No,
Michael,
I won't say that online.
Okay.
And if you'll hold the tape measure right there for me, Michael.
So I have it.
And then we're going just to go around the stomach. And if you will turn slightly for me. There you go, great. And then I come out and I measure it right here. Now I'm wanting to make sure that it is level, and I'm going to ask you now to exhale, breathe out.
Oh.
There you go. That actually made the measurement move just a little bit, and that's
sure it
important.
did.
That's what we want. Then we take the measurement and we look at the number.
Oh, I got some work to do.
So what's that telling us is that with his reaction,
43.
so
not bad,
I would
Michael.
tell you that you would just
right
want to
there.
work on your gut area.
Well, I have been working on it forever, but
He has
But look at this, 5 pounds. That's
So
what
heavy,
you could
right?
lose if you could lose 5 pounds of fat.
all right,
Isn't
I'm
that
going to lose
amazing?
it right now.
Right there.
Oh my goodness. Well, the next time maybe you'll come back and measure me. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know if I want all those results on TV. Michael is a braver person than I am, but thank you so much, Mim, for being here. And of course, people can take these measurements at home, which is so fantastic as well. Now, of course, you can find all of this on our website, WIAT.com, ways to stay skinny and stay lean, but don't get rid of all that fat.
Right.
Up next, if you're looking for a summer getaway that's not too far from home, and if you have that summer body, right? Why not take a step back in time? Our Lillian Lalo shows us what's happening now at American Village.
To ask you, this Stamp Act, was that fair treatment? No! Are we to stand for this outrage? No, we are not.
Life in 18th century America was less than easy.
Are you angry about the Stamp Act? Yes! We are free Englishmen. Do we have need of a master here?
At the birth of our nation, people were angry.
And we'll send his heirs to the king. That way King George knows someone finally listened to us.
But children were still children. Jonathan! And all of this, history in the present, acted out for you at American Village.
Oh, I think it's a great place to bring kids, and it's a little different from going to the water park or to the pool, but it's you can learn a lot, and it's exciting to hear about what happened over 200 years ago.
Now, if you would, Sergeant, demonstrate for our recruits the loading and firing of the musket.
I was asking a question to one of the reenactors, and they're very in character, and
It's fun.
it was fun to see.
We'll point the hammer all the way back. Take aim. Fire!
American Village is about as close to going back in time as you can get. But every Friday this summer, the future catches up with them. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Food trucks, refreshment from the present while enjoying the past.
It makes it a lot better because you're really high out here, and it's really sweet. And who doesn't love sweet things?
All making for summer fun that lasts.
My sister-in-law was saying how it made her want to go back to some of the historic places in our country and to see Williamsburg again and Mount Vernon, and so it kind of lights that fire to maybe see some other places in the country.
In Montevallo, Lillian Lalo, CBS 42.
Good morning, Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, Anniston, and all of Central Alabama. You're watching the CBS 42 Morning News.
Welcome back. We are continuing to follow breaking news this morning. We've been following it throughout the show after a crash on Interstate 59 northbound. I want you to take a look at this right now. You can see all lanes are back open on Interstate 59 northbound. This is actually a live look at the scene from an ALDOT traffic camera. Now, Birmingham police, this is what they tell us right now. People were hurt in this crash, and it happened just before 5 this morning near Arkadelphia Road. Now, we are working to learn more on the extent of those injuries, so stay with us here throughout the morning and also on our website, WIAT.com. Well, good morning, everyone. It is Saturday. Let's start your weekend off, shall we? First, we have to look at weather with Storm Track meteorologist Michael Smith, who's, of course, always here to fill us in on that weekend forecast.
It's going to be hot outside.
Yes.
The heat is on. The humidity is back. A live look outside across Birmingham on this Saturday morning. We do have some scattered clouds overhead right now. Sun was up at 5:36, and I tell you what, yesterday we got up to 93, our average high 87 for this time of year. So the humidity is back at us again today. Not so much as we ended the work week. A mix of sun and clouds. When can we expect our next storm chance? Maybe tomorrow, an isolated stray thunderstorm possible. Right now on our storm track radar, things are nice and quiet on this Saturday morning at 6:31. All right, the temperatures, they skyrocket into the lower 90s. I think by 11 or so this morning. Again, our average high is 87 for this time of year, 93 or so by 1 o'clock. And remember, if you're outdoors, please exercise caution. Just keep the heat in mind, lightweight, light colored clothing, and plenty of water. And if you want to know what the temperature's up to, maybe if a storm pops anytime, anywhere, it's easy. Just download our Storm Track 42 weather app. You can get hour-by-hour forecasts, weather alerts, live interactive radar, and a whole lot more. Look for it. It's free in the App Store or Google Play Store. I'll have more on this heat coming up in a few minutes. Alex?
Thank you, Michael. New this morning, we've learned the name of a woman killed in a deadly crash on Interstate 59 near Trussville Friday morning. State troopers say 36-year-old Suing Graham of Odenville died when the Jeep Liberty, she was hit. It was riding in, actually it collided with another car on Interstate 59. Now the Jeep's driver was rushed to UAB Hospital for injuries. A child also in the Jeep was taken to Children's of Alabama. We know that the driver of the car involved was not hurt. Traffic was backed up for miles as troopers worked to clear the scene. An investigation is ongoing. New this morning, a body found near a set of railroad tracks in Birmingham is identified. The Jefferson County coroner says 21-year-old Elijah Dante Rogers of Bessemer was found Thursday morning. His body was near the tracks on 36th Street North. Police say he had been shot several times. Now, investigators, they're looking for answers. So if you have any information, please call Birmingham Crime Stoppers, and their number is 254-7777. Breaking overnight, a dangerous pursuit on Los Angeles streets. Look at this right here, this video. Police were chasing two suspects in a stolen car. It started near the 5 freeway. The suspects led police through North Hollywood, Griffith Park, South LA, and into downtown, all before going back into the San Fernando Valley. Now, at one point, a woman in the car was dropped off near Coldwater Canyon. That's where the chase ended. Police are still looking for the driver who fled on foot. Well, switching gears, in campaign 2016, Hillary Clinton's camp shifts focus to November's general election. It happened at the same time some high-profile Republicans are keeping Donald Trump at arm's length. CBS42 national correspondent Mark Meredith recaps the latest in the presidential race.
Making history, nearly a year of nonstop campaigning, all leading up to Hillary Clinton's big win Tuesday night.
This is a big moment, and I think it's important to sort of sit back, whether you're a Democrat or Republican now.
Ohio Senator Sherrod Brown, who's often considered a potential vice presidential pick for Clinton, says voters finally know what they can expect in November. The question now, are all Democrats ready to jump on Clinton's bandwagon?
Need real change in this country.
Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders, who won 22 states this primary season, will stay in for one more race. Washington, D.C.'s primary on Tuesday.
I'm never going to give up on Bernie until the paper's signed.
While Sanders stays in a little while longer, Senator Brown argues voters won't want to wait to make up their mind.
I expect the Bernie supporters to be there, as the Trump opponents have come to him. And
Mr. Trump, can you talk to us?
For Donald Trump, this weekend is all about damage control. He's still facing backlash for comments some see as racist and unbecoming of a nominee. The billionaire's brash behavior has cost him at least one endorsement this week. Now Republicans, including Newt Gingrich, are offering their own advice.
And you got to be more careful, and you got to think through what you're trying to say, and I think he'll do fine.
It's a busy weekend for Donald Trump. He'll be making stops in battleground states like Florida, North Carolina, and Pennsylvania. Hillary Clinton will head to Wisconsin next week for her first campaign rally with President Obama. Reporting in Washington, I'm Mark Meredith.
New this morning, while Mark just mentioned Sherrod Brown's name as a possible VP candidate, another name is also causing some speculation. Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren met with Hillary Clinton Friday at Clinton's Washington, D.C. home. The meeting took place less than 24 hours after Warren endorsed Clinton. Well, right now, we've learned the name of a teenager killed while riding a bicycle across Highway 280. Now, all of this happened Thursday night. Take a look at this picture right here. At least 2 cars hit 19-year-old David Zachary Parsons as he tried to cross 280 at Dolly Ridge Road. Witnesses say vehicles traveling westbound had the green light when one car clipped Parsons' bike. That sent him into oncoming traffic where he was hit by another vehicle. Vestavia Hills police are continuing to investigate that accident. Well, your time right now is 6:37. Facebook is jumping on the video trend in a brand new way. Next, the latest change coming to your comment section.
All right, video. Speaking of video, a live look outside right now. Downtown Birmingham, I can see Railroad Park. If you're going to be out and about, temperatures this morning in the 70s, but they're going to skyrocket into the 90s. More on the heat after this.
You're watching the CBS42 Morning News.
Good Saturday morning to you, Central Alabama. A live look at downtown Birmingham. You can see Railroad Park. We've got some clouds overhead this morning. Temperatures in the lower 70s right now. but it's going to be a hot afternoon and a humid afternoon. So the heat and humidity, they're both back. A mix of sun and clouds as we head through the weekend. A scattered, isolated storm possible as we wrap up the weekend tomorrow. Good morning to you, Coleman. You're up to 66. You got down into the lower 60s first thing this morning. 64 right now in Gadsden. Pell City coming in at 65, 72 Alabaster, 70 in Clanton. So temperatures will get out of the 70s into the lower 80s by 9, mid to upper 80s as we get into the 10 o'clock hour. PS 87 is our typical high for this time of year, lower 90s by 11 o'clock this morning, and then I think we're going to take it well into the low 90s as we get into the afternoon. Yesterday we topped out at 93, aiming for 94 later on today. Track the weather anytime, anywhere. Search WIAT42 weather and get our Storm Track weather app, hour by hour forecast, weather alerts, interactive radar. You can share your pics. You can get social with us. And speaking of getting social and social media news, you can now upload a video to comment on your friend's Facebook post. Facebook launched the new feature Friday. It's part of a strategy to get people watching more video on its platforms. Facebook is competing with Snapchat, Periscope, and plenty of others. And they're all betting on video to grow user numbers.
Absolutely. We all love social media. There's just so many things coming out.
So many.
Overnight, you know?
But that helps us, I guess, stay connected.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm going to leave a video on your wall when it comes out.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll comment on something with the video.
And I'll do the
same.
same.
Show you I got it.
All right, I know you got it.
Well, happy